What sets the world in motion? Changes dark into light. Details into desires. What emotion? Impulse. Passion. Sparks. The inner mechanism of expression. What moves your hands? Mind? Imagination? To transform that which inhabits your mind's eye into visible form.
And cut. Joe, framing is fine.
For some, the impetus is accuracy, an end result that exactly mirrors the vision.
A is rolling. That's good for me.
Camera card pulling out. Boom down.
Boom up.
Cut, cut, cut. Keep coming, keep coming.
And cut, cut, cut.
And cut.
That's print pattern.
When using this camera, like, there are features that go beyond what my film camera can accomplish.
For others, it's spontaneity, the freedom to experiment, to explore, and to end up someplace unexpected.
I purposely pushed every conceivable aspect of this camera to get these beauty shots, and there are a lot of them. And I have to tell you, it delivered every time.
The Canon XLH1 HD video camera, unlike anything that's come before. A precision instrument that redefines high definition from your point of view.
Well, we started very early, and we had our settings were warm to emulate the sun coming up. Through the course of the day, all we did was dial in more warmth, and we were set.
You know, a lot of times shooting video, there are a lot of things that say that they're 24p. So I brought my film checker this time. We turned it on to 24 frames a second. I popped the film checker in front. Lo and behold, it was running at 24 frames a second.
What's really impressed me about this camera is I can meet a director's creative expectations. If I don't have the time, if the sunlight's running out, this camera has features that will allow me to give him the shot that he wants.
In film, you spend a lot of time in post. But with doing all these manual settings in this camera, the gamma curves, the RGB settings, what you see is what you get. I didn't have to go and do a telecine, and that's a huge cost benefit for me.
What really impressed me about this camera is its dynamic range. I'd love to go to a set, light it, and not compromise.
Film has a lot of latitude, it's real forgiving. We did a lot of exposure settings in camera, didn't even pull out a light meter for anything, but when I finally looked at the footage, I mean, it acted in the same manner, and that really excites me. And cut. How do you preset the focus on that?
Two of the features I loved best about this camera were the preset, which allowed me to just do the shot over and over again, as well as the autofocus. And that really impressed me because it worked extremely well. We could, like, come from an extremely tight face of the watch to a wide shot showing his whole workbench in one shot without, like, getting focus marks. The shot was done in 10 minutes.
All right, let's get the camera in first position. Well, I've worked with Joe before, and we used two different eyes to look through the camera, so every time I had to look at a shot, I was kind of readjusting everything, but he just flipped it up, and there was a mini monitor there. It was awesome. Oh, look at that. How are we going to make sure that he's in focus from all the way down there?
In the bicycling portion of this film, we did a lot of long lens stuff. Normally, I would have to have an assistant out there taking marks on certain features of the landscape. With the distant readouts, he just watched the display, bam, we were there.
Action camera car. Speed up, boom, boom up. Keep coming, John, keep coming.
Stay with them in profile, don't let them pass.
Slow down,
see the lake.
slow down.
Widen out, widen out.
Camera car, move up
To
a
the
little
left.
bit.
There are a lot of shots that I never would have considered using without the use of a Steadicam, but with the image stabilization, I didn't have to compromise anything I wanted to get. It was always rock solid. This is through the camera, you see that?
The photo mode of this camera is amazing. It's the same point of view, the quality is incredible.
Having an HD SDI camera with gen lock in and time code out is going to work wonderful for us. We can just take it and put it into the system we already have. No conversion pieces needed. The quality is we added the camera into our system and it's a true SDI signal. Having the SD card into, we can set up one camera, move it to the other two, and then all three cameras are going to look the same.
We could take one shot while we're doing the work on the dolly, have them set the jib up, then swap the cards out, and
We're set. We're ready to go.
Perfect.
I honestly can say I've had fun working with this camera. I only wish I could take it home with me and learn its other capacities. I feel like I've just scratched the surface.
I certainly would consider using this camera on any projects I have in the future. I wouldn't even think twice about it. It's a great camera, and I give it 5 stars.
Blending art and science, meticulous craft and unrivaled workmanship, with a great tradition of precise attention to detail. Whatever your mind's eye can see, the incomparable Canon XLH1 from Canon gives you the power to express. At the end of the day, isn't that what sets your world in motion?